This is Nadia again. My recording ended because evidently I ran out of whatever times of number that I'm given. Maybe. I'm not really sure. I've never used this before. I'm not really technology, literate as some. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I was talking about my children, and one thing that I want to say before I decide to share this, is that I, as a mother and as a child, have been pushed, led, forced, driven, needing, magnetically just needing to show my love after and what my true self is, even though it's been from the outside looking in, things don't always look as they are. It's not always given that option to even be seen or known, which is really sad. This is something that I know will and is changing. The universe is not at all against us. And actually, everything that seems against is still just as much for at the same time as it is the other. It's time to reach out, and that is why I am doing this now, no matter how quick or slow or whatever amount of anyone's interest that it draws or feels drawn to, preferably in a positive sense. But hey, even in a negative, it is part of how we learn and how we open up and how we see what we should be seeing, and however it comes up and the sequence of it, it all, one thing leads to another. It all leads to the same place. We are all exactly doing and all about and heading the same direction, even if it doesn't look that way. But that's just because we've magically manipulated ourselves by accepting whatever from others, magically manipulating us, but they were too, and so on and so forth. Reality and the big picture, the biggest picture I've ever known or felt, is what has given me confidence enough to follow through with doing this even. Like I've said before, I've started and stopped. Kind of like I scroll through the like the apps or whatever, looking for the perfect one. But then there's so many, and I couldn't decide between this one or that one. And then it's like, this one looked better. Maybe I should have picked it. And then it seemed inevitable that the one I happened to pick just wasn't it. And somehow I'm pretty sure that it was because I wasn't ready yet, so I picked that one, not even really realizing that, because I already knew it wasn't going to be the one. It wasn't going to be the time. I wasn't trying to have it at the time, but I was wanting to, but I was afraid. Gosh, I hope this makes sense. So, honestly, like I said, this is just me speaking my own truth, speaking about whatever it is that in the moment is going on, or of any kind that might be feeling that needs to be vented or released, or whatever you want to call it. I hope that whoever takes the time to listen to this is, at some point, if anything, really just feeling some sort of good, calm, like you're not alone, even if it's in just a few seconds, because that few seconds, I know very well how amazing and great and freeing that feels. And the other side of it, to feel secluded and pointed at or rejected and so on, because I do care. And honestly, since I can remember as far back as 2 years old, the same thoughts always gone through my head. I just wish for everybody to just be okay. I mean, everybody. I don't at all exclude one single person. Not even the worst of the worst. That's kind of hard to really wrap your head around. To some, I understand that. However amount of time ago, it would have been the same difficulty to wrap my own head around the same words said, and yes, it was a shock to me when I was first able to speak like that, and it was really true. Like, it just is the truth. And I hope that whatever it is that you're doing or maybe doing, that it's with love and in the most unconditional way. No judgment, no ego, no unevenness, all just as fair as it is for us all to have that love and comfort, and to be happy, and to have our thoughts and opinions and beliefs and feelings and truths be accepted and not told it's wrong because it's simply different in description. Because if when it comes down to it, being able to look at my own self and a situation of someone else's, maybe not being able to see it in certain details as the same, but the outside seeing of that, there's something that I've been able to compare to it. But as long as I'm open to it and not trying to resist it, like I have to be the one who knew the answer, the only answer. Because seriously, the number of souls that exist, that's exactly how many truths exist. And being that everyone is connected, like I am you, you are me, that's like the greatest gift to really be given, to realize and to really know that all along it has been that way. And it is going to be that way and known through and through as we evolve together at our each own time. It's not a competition. It's basically a good reason or a good example of why things have certain questions. You can have evidence all the way up until one point, and then there's like that one area, and it's like, we don't know what this after this, because that's where that magic is. It merges into the rest. That's how badass we all are. That's how connected we are. Now, if you think about that for a moment or two, or later, whatever, hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully, if it doesn't and it's made fun of, hopefully through that it will make some sort of sense somewhere along the line. Actually, not hopefully. I know that it will. Either way. And I will say that I wish you love and light. And I, for one, have no doubt in my mind how beautiful you all are, and how strong and powerful, and how aware, and how ready we all are to really get the show on the road and create everything that we've been wishing for, that we could have had all along. We just had forgotten somehow. But either way, you've always known, I've always known deep down. That's why we have things that feel so, like I knew that. I knew it kind of feeling. I knew it. I don't know how, but I just did. Well, it's like that. So please be kind to yourself, and remember that every time that we are looking and thinking that someone else is in a certain type of way, and being upset by it, feeling like we have whatever we have, saying about it, feelings about it, that those are just all other versions of ourselves. It's just a slight different, more in a whatever kind of a way. And it grows and it changes. So the possibilities are freaking endless. So love yourself. I love myself. I love you guys. I like to smile. I like to laugh. I like to be comforted. And I like to comfort. And I like to feel good. And I like to give others that feeling too. And that safe feeling. And I hope that you find your way. And find your light and shine it as bright as you can, because I'm looking for it. I need your light to shine the way too, because I've got things that I am not capable of working through without your lights, however they may be. I don't even know yet, but I know that there are. Hopefully this made sense, and I will share next time. Thanks.